pitched, wailing. Clenching his jaw, Raf ran until he found himself before the towering specter of Holler Mansion and saw the image that would never leave him for as long as he lived. 5-year-old Sammy Holler, lying by the shore. His nanny, Melinda, knelt over his frame, her body racked with sobs. Sammy lay face down on the sand. He didn't move. As though playing a part in a movie, Raf numbly grabbed his phone. Fingers fumbling, he dialed for an ambulance. He wasn't sure when Moses and Yas arrived. When the red and white ambulance lights at last flashed in the distance, a team of paramedics lifted Sammy's limp body onto the stretcher. One thought ran in a loop in his mind. This can't be real. This couldn't happen here. Not in Moonlight Bay. They'd fix Sammy. That's what doctors did. That's how stories like these ended. Sammy couldn't die. Raf couldn't be sure how he made it back to Willow Forest, to Dolky Uncle's door, practically falling into his arms. He only knew that Uncle would have the answers. He always did. Uncle wrapped Raf's wrist in a soothing compress. He brought him a warm cup of almond tea. A blanket. It was only when the teacup clattered against its saucer that Raf realized he was trembling. Through ragged breaths, he managed to get the words out. Sammy on the damp beach. The sea churning dark and deadly. Uncle's expression grew grim. He ran a hand through his hair. Pure white, like the snow-capped mountains of Golub they'd left behind. What were you doing out there, son? I was looking for Yas. Raf's shoulders slumped. Raf had to tell him. Of course he did. Uncle needed to know. Raf, Uncle said slowly. Were you going to... I didn't say anything, Raf said quickly. I saw her and Moses and... He looked at his leaf. Gold and green as ever. It's not like she feels the same. Dolky Uncle was quiet, translating Raf's broken words into meaning. Shame coursed through Raf. His father had died 3 years earlier, but Dolky was a father figure to all the Golub who ended up within the forest of Moonlight Bay. What happened when you saw her? He finally asked. That's when it began to burn. Had anything been amiss with the water? Uncle hesitated. Before you saw Moses and Yas. I don't think so. Raf's mouth grew dry. Do you think my leaf had something to do with this? A moment of tense silence passed. This is my fault, Uncle finally said. I warned you away from Yas. I had hoped that would be enough. You said I could never be with her because we were returning to Golub soon, Raf said shakily. But, Uncle, it's been 10 years and... I didn't tell you the rest of it, Uncle interrupted. Just as leaving the safety perimeter erases one's leaf, choosing to be with someone who is not of us, that too can have devastating consequences. Though, until now, I hadn't been certain what sort of consequences. Raf thought of the waves, the darkness, what he had almost told her. My leaf, it couldn't have done all that. Seeing Uncle's ashen face, his voice grew smaller. Could it? Uncle didn't reply. His silence its own answer. Raf sank his head into his hands. He felt lightheaded. Had his birthmark disappeared, he'd have lost any ability to return to Golub or to remain with his own family within their forest home. Lost leaves were catching. Before they could speak more,